Did you check your calendar yet? Because July 29th is shaping up to be a big payday for millions of Canadians. What's happening, Chair Smith? A nationwide CPP payment rollout, and it's already in motion. But wait. Before you start celebrating or planning that weekend getaway, you need to understand what this update really means for you to have a first meeting. Yes, the money is coming. But how much? Who exactly is getting it? And is this part of something bigger the government isn't openly talking about? You didn't think they'd just give you more money without a catch, right? Here's where things get interesting. July 29th isn't just another payment date. It's part of a calculated change in how CPP payments are being scheduled, delivered, and possibly indexed moving forward. And if you're someone who's been budgeting down to the last dollar, this isn't something you want to ignore. Because let's face it, government changes are rarely just for your benefit. But hey, we're not here to panic, we're here to prepare. And in this video, we're breaking it all down. We'll cover what's changing on July 29th, how much you can expect, whether this could be tied to inflation or benefit restructuring, and what you can do right now to make the most of your CPP. Oh, and if you think this update won't affect you just because you're still working or not yet retired. All right. Let's talk about the big date, July 29th. Why is it suddenly everywhere in pension news? Because on this date, CPP payments are being sent out across Canada, impacting millions of retirees, survivors, and even those receiving disability benefits under the Canada Pension Plan. But this isn't just about the usual monthly deposit. No, there's something slightly different this time, and people are starting to take notice. Here's why. For starters, July's payment marks the official confirmation of the adjusted CPP payout amounts that took effect earlier in the year, including the mid-year inflation index bump and cost of living recalculations. In plain English, your July 29th payment may be a little bigger than usual, but not for everyone. Some recipients might see an extra $10, others $40, maybe even more. It all depends on your contribution history, eligibility, and which CPP stream you're part of. Yeah, it's never just one simple number with the government, right? But here's the real kicker. The reason so many Canadians are talking about this specific July payment isn't just because of the cash, it's because it could signal a new trend in how benefits are calculated and distributed. See, earlier this year, the government quietly rolled out indexation adjustments that didn't make many headlines, but they're now starting to show up in payments, and some experts believe more frequent recalibrations might become the norm, especially with inflation still haunting Canadian households. And here's where it gets even more personal. If you're relying on CPP as a major part of your retirement income, even a small change in monthly amounts up or down can have a big effect over time. It's not just this month, it's what it means for next month and the one after that. So, yes, July 29th is exciting, but it's also a wake-up call. Because if you're not paying attention to these subtle shifts, you could be missing out on benefits or worse, budgeting based on outdated info. And let's be honest, no one wants to be surprised when rent is due. The CRA isn't exactly famous for sending follow-up texts if they underpay you. So, it's on us to stay informed. But don't worry, that's why you're here. In the next part, we're going to break down who exactly qualifies for these updated payments, how the amounts are calculated, and what could trigger bigger increases in the future. So, if you've ever wondered why your friend got $60 more and you didn't, you're going to want to stick around. Curing. So, who exactly gets this July 29th CPP payment? Well, it's not everyone, but it is millions. Let's clear it up. If you're receiving Canada Pension Plan retirement benefits, you're on the list. That includes retirees age 60 and up, people on CPP disability, survivors collecting benefits from a deceased spouse or partner, and even some children receiving a survivor's benefit. Yep, the CPP network is much wider than most people think. Gulps. But here's the thing. The amount you get isn't one size fits all. Far from it. Your payment depends on how much you contributed during your working years, how early or late you started taking CPP, and whether you're also receiving other government benefits like OAS or GIS. Now, Here's what's new. This July payment reflects the latest inflation adjustments that were finalized mid-year, not just in January. Wait, what? Mid-year? Yes. In the past, CPP increases happened once annually based on the Consumer Price Index (CPI). But due to rising inflation pressure and public demand, this year saw a secondary adjustment mid-year. It's almost like the government finally admitted groceries are actually more expensive now, not next January. Shocking, right? So, what does that mean for your payment? On average, a standard retirement beneficiary might see $10 to $40 more this month. Those on disability or survivor benefits could see modest increases as well. And anyone who delayed CPP until 65 or 70 may be getting a boosted base amount due to the delayed retirement credit. That might not sound like much, but it adds up. Over a year, an extra $30 a month is $360. And over 10 years, that's a few months of rent or a vacation or heck, even just your heating bill in February. Now, here's the part nobody tells you. The CPP enhancement plan that started phasing in back in 2019, it's still ongoing. That means future increases are already baked in, especially for people still contributing today. So, if you're working and contributing, you're literally building a bigger CPP for yourself without even realizing it. Automatic increases. Exactly. Every year you contribute more under the enhanced CPP model, your future retirement payout can go up. Not dramatically at once, but little by little. And when paired with inflation indexing gulps, that's how your monthly CPP in 2040 could look very different than today. Of course, we're all just hoping there'll still be coffee under $10 by then. But here's the real takeaway. Understanding your eligibility and how your personal work history translates into CPP income is more than just knowing a number. It's about being able to plan, budget, and even push for policy change if things start to. So if your CPP payment looks different this month, now you know why. And if it doesn't, that's worth checking into too. Next up, we'll dive into how to track your CPP payments. Make sure you're getting everything you're owed and a few pro tips to maximize your benefits, whether you're already retired or still working your way there. Okay, now that we've covered what's happening and who's getting paid, let's talk strategy. Because CPP isn't just something that happens to you, you can actually control parts of it if you know where to look. So first things first, do you even know how much CPP you're getting this month? Be honest, most Canadians don't check until it hits their bank. But that's a missed opportunity. If you haven't already, head to My Service Canada account online. That's where you can view your CPP payment history, upcoming payment dates, your annual contribution record, and projected retirement income based on different retirement ages. It's like your pension dashboard, and it's free. Most people don't even know it exists. Now, let's say you're not retired yet. Maybe you're in your 40s or 50s, still working. Should you care about CPP right now? Oh, absolutely. Here's why. The decisions you make today, like working longer, earning more, or even delaying CPP until age 70, can have a massive impact on your future payouts. For every year you delay CPP beyond age 65, your benefit increases by 8.4% per year. That's 42% more if you wait until 70. That's not chump change. But timing isn't the only tool you've got. Here are a few pro tips to help you maximize what you're entitled to. Check your contribution gaps. Even a single low-income year could reduce your average, but you may be eligible to drop some low years under the child rearing or general dropout provisions. Coordinate with your spouse. If one of you has a higher CPP and the other a lower one, you might benefit from CPP sharing, which can reduce taxes and equalize income. Don't forget about GIS and OAS. Sometimes delaying CPP can increase your GIS eligibility, giving you more net income from other programs. And don't assume your statement is always right. Mistakes happen. Contributions can be misreported. If your employer missed a few months, you might not even know unless you check manually. Ever worked multiple part-time jobs? Those small contributions matter more than you think. Imagine finding out you were underpaid for 10 years just because no one caught a typo. It happens, but not if you're watching. Policy shifts are happening faster, especially as the economy and inflation keep changing. Don't wait for the next surprise, stay in the loop, because in retirement surprises are usually expensive. So let's wrap this up. CPP may be automatic, but how you interact with it makes a difference. Knowing when you get paid, how much you're owed, and what you can do to increase it, that's your power. Whether you're just starting to think about retirement or already collecting every month, it's never too late to become your own pension expert, especially now. July 29th might be just a date to some, but to you, it's the beginning